Before we begin, I invite you to slow down. Let the noise of the world fade, just for a little while. This story is not just words. It's a place, a hallway, not one you walk with your feet, but with your heart. Here, you don't have to be strong. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to listen. So breathe and step gently into the blue hallway. Your journey inward begins now. And if you find peace in this space, if it brings you a moment of stillness or clarity, you can support this channel by subscribing, sharing it with someone who needs it, or simply returning whenever your heart feels heavy. Every voice matters here, and your presence helps me keep creating stories that heal, stories that listen back. Thank you for being here. Truly, every human being has an inner passageway that no one else enters. This passageway is only illuminated when we decide to walk it. Alone. Close your eyes, just for a moment. Now imagine you're standing in front of a door. It's blue, not bright, not dark, just quietly faded, like it's been waiting. You don't remember how you got here, but something inside you knows. You were meant to stand before this door. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Now, it doesn't look locked. No handle, no keyhole, no sign. And still, you've never opened it before. Why now? You take a breath. The air around it feels soft, like a whisper from some forgotten part of you. Do you dare to open it? You place your hand gently on its surface. It's cold, familiar, like the feeling of remembering something you never really forgot. And then the door opens, not with a creak, not with drama, just silence, as if it knew you were finally ready. You step in, not into another place, but into yourself. You step inside, and you're not sure if it's a hallway, a dream, or a memory. The light is dim, but not dark. It feels like the color of dawn, when everything is quiet and nothing has a name yet. The floor beneath your feet is warm. The air holds a faint scent, not of flowers, not of smoke, but of something long forgotten. Maybe childhood, maybe something even older than that. You walk. Each step doesn't take you forward. It takes you inward, deeper into places you never knew needed visiting. With every step, a thought rises, a question you didn't know you deep buried. Why did you stop listening to yourself? When did silence become safer than truth? You pause. No one else is here, but you don't feel alone. You feel witnessed, not judged, not even watched, just seen, as if the hallway itself has known you longer than you've known yourself. And somewhere deep inside, you realize this is not a place you've entered. It's a part of you that has finally opened. You walk slowly until you see it. A mirror, standing tall at the side of the hallway. No frame, no decoration, just glass, but fogged, blurred, as if it too hesitates to show you what's inside. You stand before it, and for a moment you see nothing. No reflection, just mist, like the mirror is holding its breath, waiting for yours. Then gently, you raise your hand and wipe away the fog. Your reflection appears, but not the one you know. It's not who you are today, not the version you show the world. It's someone smaller, softer, the you that once felt deeply, cried easily, dreamed loudly. You remember them, that child you used to be, the one who asked big questions, the one who didn't hide their feelings, the one who believed in magic. Their eyes look into yours, not with blame, but with longing. Where did you go? Why did you leave me behind? You try to answer, but no words come, just emotion. It's okay. The mirror doesn't need an explanation, only presence. You stay a little longer, silent, reconnecting, and then you step away, but their eyes stay with you. Just a few steps forward, and you notice something new. A bench, wooden, simple, placed along the wall like it's been waiting for you, patiently, without urgency. You sit, not because you're tired, but because your heart asks you to. Silence wraps around you like a blanket, the kind of silence that doesn't feel empty, but full of all the things you've been carrying. You didn't realize how heavy they were. The thoughts, the regrets, the questions without answers. You breathe in, and something soft inside you exhales. It's in this stillness that you hear it. A voice, not from outside, not from above, but from somewhere quiet within you. You don't always have to be strong. You're allowed to pause. Even the sky rests before dawn. Your eyes close for a moment, not to sleep, but to listen. You remember that not everything broken needs fixing. Some things just need witnessing. A moment of stillness, a breath, a bench. You rise from the bench, a little lighter, not because the weight is gone, but because now it's shared. You walk again, and just as the silence begins to settle back in, you hear the sound of small footsteps, delicate, barefoot, curious. Then you see him, a child, running ahead of you in the hallway, his arms wide, his laughter echoing through the soft walls. You don't need to ask who he is. You know, it's you before the noise, before the expectations, before the armor. He stops, turns around, looks at you with eyes that still shine with wonder. He doesn't smile. He doesn't run to you. He just asks, when did you stop choosing joy? When did you decide growing up meant growing silent? You want to explain. You want to tell him about the hurt, the fear, the real world. But something in his gaze tells you he already knows. He nods once, as if forgiving you for everything, even the things you never said out loud. Then, like mist in morning sun, he fades, and you are alone again. But somehow, not as lonely. The hallway curves now, not sharply, just enough to feel like you're entering a new part of yourself, a quieter part, Darker, maybe, but not dangerous. Then you notice it. A figure standing still against the wall. Not approaching, not retreating, just waiting. It looks like you. Same shape, same posture, but darker, undefined, like a silhouette painted from the parts you try to forget. Your shadow, you hesitate. It doesn't move. So you do. You step closer. The air feels thicker here, not heavy, but full of old echoes, memories you tried not to replay, words you once swallowed, feelings you buried under smiles. The shadow speaks, but not with a voice, just a feeling that says, I'm not the enemy. I'm just the part of you that needed love the most and never got it. You look at it, this quiet reflection of all your unmet pain, and for the first time, you don't flinch. You nod. You don't run. You don't resist. You simply say, I see you now, and that is enough. The shadow doesn't disappear. It softens, fades into the hallway, not gone, but no longer hidden. And you keep walking, not with fear, but with someone new walking beside you. You, whole. The hallway widens now, just slightly, enough for something to appear along the wall. A small frame, hanging gently, like someone placed it there just for you. You approach it. It's a photograph, not digital, not polished, faded at the corners, like it's been touched by time. Inside the frame is a version of your life, a moment you thought you had forgotten, but the instant your eyes meet it, your heart remembers everything. A person you once loved, a place you once called home, a version of yourself that existed only for a season and then was gone. You feel a pull, not of grief, but of tenderness, of memory, of something once real and still sacred. You reach out to touch the glass, and as you do, a single question rises. What if it didn't have to last forever, to be meaningful? You stand there longer than you expected, not trying to go back, not wishing for it to return, just honoring the fact that it happened, that it mattered, that it shaped you. You smile, a real one, not because everything turned out perfectly, but because some things, even in their ending, gave you the strength to begin again. You take one last look, then continue walking, not to escape the past, but to carry it differently. You reach the end of the hallway, or so it seems, but something shifts. Ahead of you lies an open door, not like the others. This one is wide. A soft, inviting glow spills from the threshold, and the air feels different, lighter. You step inside. The room is white. Not just any white, though. It's the kind of white that doesn't feel sterile, but pure, timeless, as if it's holding space for everything and nothing. There's no furniture, no walls to frame the space, just infinite light and your presence. The silence here is deeper. It isn't empty. It's a silence that listens, that holds you without asking anything. In the center of the room, there is no object, no form, only your voice, the echo of your thoughts, a gentle reflection of the words you haven't spoken in a while. You stand, not rushing, and wait for the stillness to speak to you. A soft voice rises. It's familiar, but it isn't someone else. It's your own voice, whispering, "You don't have to be everything. You don't need to prove anything. The answers are already inside you. You hear it clearly, as if it's been waiting for you to stop and listen. For once, you don't seek out the world's answers. You turn inward. You breathe, and you realize this space is not about finding something new. It's about being with what's already there, the part of you that has always known. The room begins to change, not dramatically, but the light shifts. It softens, fading from brilliant white to something more subtle, a pale, warm glow that feels like the end of a long day. You breathe in, and for the first time, you truly feel the air fill your lungs, not with worry, not with expectation, just with breath. It's as if the air itself is speaking to you, telling you, you are enough, you are whole. You've spent so much of your life running after something, a dream, a goal, a feeling, a person. You've tried to fill every empty space with something, anything. But now, in this room, the emptiness feels like a gift. You no longer need to chase. You no longer need to fill. You simply need to be. And with that realization, something inside you relaxes. The pressure you've carried for so long begins to lift. You breathe out slowly, letting go of all the things you thought you had to hold on to. And for a brief moment, you are weightless. The room begins to fade, not in a way that leaves you, but in a way that allows you to remember, the way the night sky fades into dawn, as if everything that was hidden comes back into view quietly. You turn around, and the hallway is there again, softly glowing, but now it feels different. You've walked this path before. You've met its shadows. You've touched its mirrors. You've learned its silence. But now, the hallway is part of you, not a place you visit, but a place you carry within. You stand there for a moment, not rushing to leave, but simply being. You've learned to listen, to breathe, to let go, and now you realize you can step out of this hallway whenever you wish. You can return to the world, but you will never be the same, because you've discovered that the journey wasn't about reaching the end. It was about how you moved through each step. And now, with each breath, you carry the wisdom of this hallway with you. You take one last step, and as you walk through the door, you know the hallway will always be there, waiting for you to return, not as a destination, but as a part of you. If you've reached this point, then maybe, like me, you've been walking your own hallway, a space inside yourself, where silence speaks and healing begins. This story was never just a story. It was a mirror, a quiet companion. If it touched something in you, if it made you pause or feel, then this space was made for you. Here on this channel, we walk gently through stories that listen back, that understand. If you'd like to continue this journey with me, I invite you to stay. Subscribe, share, or simply return whenever your soul feels tired. The hallway will always be here, waiting for you.